Hello, everyone, and welcome back to
Hey, Mando.
the after show for The Mandalorian, brought to you by Jedi Talk. The full council's here, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited to talk about this episode, so we're just going to go ahead and dive right into it. To my right, the man, the myth, the legend, Evan T. Boucher. What the fuck is going on, sir?
Hello there. I was just waiting for the music cue.
Yeah,
I cannot start
he didn't
without.
say his name.
I can't.
So, yeah.
I'm Brad.
I wasn't blaming Brad. I was just waiting for them. There it is.
Okay.
The amazing music cues. But I'm excited to talk about the kickoff of Season 3 of Mandalorian. It started today. It was weird having a 30-minute recap, but it works.
It was weird. To Evan's right, the fire crotch red rocket himself, Tom Okery.
By the right of the council, by the will of the Force, I am on fire. I get to throw beads at fat children tonight, and I cannot wait.
Resort fatties?
Universal
Yes.
doesn't have as many resort fatties as Disney does.
They do not.
That's true.
They
There are a lot of international. Hello, fish and chips eating cunts. Right?
Yeah,
Right.
I did
Mostly British
the
people.
package tonight. Speaking of fish and chips, eating at Finnegan's, and then we're
Oh,
getting
nice.
on the float.
Finnegan's is dope.
Yeah,
It's a good
I
little
like
spot.
Finnegan's.
Finnegan's is good.
stuff.
All right, fellas, let's dive into some
Talking
Mando
about-
Season 3, Episode 2, a.k.a. Chapter 18. What was the name of the episode?
Minds of Mandalore.
Minds of Mandalore. That's right.
It's like 44 minutes today, something like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, it
longer
was a
episode than
lengthy
normal.
one.
So we'll do what we always do, give everybody our spoiler-free thoughts real quick, and then we'll dive in. This was the episode I wanted Episode 1 to be.
As it should have been.
Agreed.
Evan, when you said kickoff of Season 3, absolutely.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
kind
the
of about
proper
right, yeah.
kickoff to Season 3. I liked everything about this episode. I loved the design of Mandalore. I loved what happened in the episode. I loved Grogu being a badass.
That was something you wanted when we
I
did our
wanted, yeah.
pre-season thing of
I
like
was
what we
thinking
want.
that the entire
We
time that
wanted
episode was going
Grogu
on.
force powers, and
Yeah.
we got some.
We got it. I overall thought it was a really good episode. It's not like in my top 5 or anything, but it was really, really solid. It was fun and like, okay, we're not doing the same,
Fetch
you know,
quest episode.
which
like,
he kind of did at the beginning, but we knew we had to get a droid, so it's all good.
Right, we
Yeah.
didn't spend that much time
and it
there,
went the other
I was
way we
happy
thought.
about that,
We were
yeah.
like, oh, he's going to go get the chip for IG-11 and
Yeah.
then go back. But no, it was just like, get the chip,
Get
and
the chip,
Peli Amado's like, nah, no chip.
This episode was just, if you needed to have restored faith in this season, I don't know why you would have needed to, because I want to say, like, if you listen to the last episode, my thoughts have changed on episode 1. I watched it a second time, and I like it more.
I told you when I
Yeah.
watched it the
Yeah,
second time,
yeah.
I liked it a lot more too.
I do like it more. I took the expectations out of it. I
Yep.
watched it with Courtney. I'm like, okay.
Yep.
But with you, Evan, with you, Brad, I think we're all agreed. If this episode was something similar to that, or I got to spend 40 minutes on Tatooine to get a part and then go to Mandalore, I would have been kind of pissed.
Would have been annoyed.
Yeah.
But they did it right. And
Yeah.
according to the subtitles, it is in fact R5D4.
Yep,
Yeah.
it is.
It
That
is
was him.
R5D4.
Yep.
So that
Yeah, boy.
I thought I remembered that from last season.
He's
but
been stuck on Tatooine for like 30 years.
poor bastard.
And now he's off.
He's also a little
After he had a
chicken
bad motivator.
Yeah, it's true.
shit. Loved it. Good episode. So let's do some spoiler discussion now. I don't know where
Spoiler,
you guys
3, 2, 1.
I don't know where you guys want to start because I guess we'll start at the beginning. So it kicked off with I don't remember where it kicked off.
Fireworks.
The fireworks above Tatooine.
That's
Tatooine,
right.
those two were just like going through the
Speeder bikes are just doing like donuts
Yeah,
out in the
kinda-
street.
I wonder if that was Boba Fett's.
Oh, the gang.
I thought the
Ragtag
same
Oh,
crew.
thing.
that was the gang.
When
Yeah.
it first showed that, that's exactly
There's no
what
way.
I thought.
They're going too fast to be that gang.
Yeah, they weren't paroling in their Power Ranger colors.
Yeah.
Go,
Yeah.
people of Tatooine. They mentioned
The
Boonta
Boonta
Eve.
Eve Classic.
It's like it's Boonta Eve.
And it's funny because like
Oh,
They
Taylor
didn't say
so
Boonta.
happy.
They didn't say the classic though.
It's just Boonta Eve, like
yeah,
it's a holiday.
It's Boonta
Right.
Eve, like it's Tatooine.
and it's funny because
Maybe
like
so holiday.
Taylor is from Daytona, so I was talking with her during this, and she's like, "Yeah, it's like race week in Daytona for
That's-
the 500."
that's cool.
She's like, "We all shut down and we just the race
Yeah,
happens."
that's what happened in Concord too.
So
I
she's
lived
like-
right next to the Speedway growing up. It was
Yeah.
the same shit.
so Pelly's like, "I'm not going to work. It's the Boonta Eve. Like, don't make me work."
yeah, that
That's
was
awesome.
such a cool little tie-in. I love shit like that in Star Wars when you
Yeah.
just bring up
Yeah.
like they did with Life
Dude,
Day. Like Life
Mando
Day's
is
a thing.
basically the Phantom Menace. He's flying an N1,
Yeah.
and he's talking about Boonta Eve.
And Cobb Vanth had the pod racing engine that was Anakin's pod racer that no one seems to talk about anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
I put these on because I literally can't see. That light is killing my eyes. I look like I'm
Blinded by
Damn it, we both got it for the first time. Evan and I are on the same music.
Heyo.
I am gonna look like a douche
like
doing
a
a
douche.
podcast inside with sunglasses. I look like Tim Dillon right now, but it's all good.
I'll do it too.
Thank
there you go.
Sunglasses are in
Can't
my bag.
see.
I can't reach them.
I'm
not force sensitive,
We had
so.
a casual around the same scene. We had a casual Boba Fett mention, but
Yeah.
here's the thing that I noticed about that. It's like you hear to take out Boba Fett. or something along the lines.
Yeah,
of
like take the
She
throne or
just-
something.
She
like,
just saw them getting along.
it might have
and
been a
helping
joke,
them.
though. It might have been just a joke, like
It could have been.
especially because we know the history of Mandalorians of always fighting each other. That's talked
She
about
also
later.
said problem with the Hutts again, or
Yeah, she's like, "Are the Hutts
here to
back?"
take out
Something
Fett.
like that. So it's just jokes, just her being silly.
I actually think it would be a really cool storyline in maybe season 2 of Book of Boba Fett. I know the Hutts came back at that one episode, but like if they really tried to come back and make a presence on Tatooine, I think that would be.
If they were
really cool
lying, it would
storyline.
fit perfectly because they claimed that they were out. They're like, we're leaving. This planet's worthless. We're out of here.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you could be lying. You're the Hutts.
Yeah, I think that'd be a really cool, and that'd be something
That
you
would
could
be.
like tie in, and casual fans would like eat that up.
Yeah.
Casual
Especially if
or
you,
O trilogy fans.
especially if you have the slave Leia bikini sitting in the corner.
Yeah.
All those guys in their basement.
Yeah.
Hey,
I've jerked off to that.
Make them happy.
no, don't make them happy. They've had their time.
They
They don't
don't
want to
need to be-
accept
yeah.
what Disney's given to us.
Nope.
They wouldn't have made it better. Just be a bunch of bantha shit.
The stuff that George Lucas wanted to do with 789 is insane.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Quantum Mania,
It really was. He
It
wanted to go
really was.
inside
the living force.
Mhm.
Oh, interesting.
all the midichlorians, go even deeper in that.
Midichlorians.
I'd like to go deeper into midichlorians.
So-
Hi-yo.
Pelly and him reunite. Mando's like, I need a chip for my IG droid. And she's like, no, you don't. You got a perfectly good droid right here. And he's like, do I, though?
Yes, R5's the shit, stupid.
R5
Take it.
doesn't even
until
know,
he
though.
shit
R5's like,
himself,
I don't
like,
want to
right in
go.
front of
R5's
everybody.
like, I'm not leaving. And Pelly's like, no, you're going. See ya.
See you later. Have
So-
fun. Give him the ship, stupid.
So we were right, using the droid to test the
Atmosphere.
The
See
atmosphere,
if it's
right?
breathable.
And we eventually get there, and Bo-Katan was right. You can walk on there. It's not cursed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not cursed.
Is it, though?
I don't know. What were those? And then like, so we
Those
he
things
hops
are
on the planet. No, he goes to see. Does he go see Bo-Katan first?
No. That was last episode. It was
Oh,
a
that was last
recap.
episode, okay.
And Bo-Katan's like, it's not really cursed. You can go if you want.
But there's nothing there.
There's nothing
Oh, this
there.
is
It's just
him-
you can go if you
This
want.
is him flying
Flying-
into the system.
That's right.
And
Okay,
he
that's where we're
points
missing.
out Concordia.
Concordia, yep.
And
Yeah.
the planet that
Yeah.
Bo-Katan was on.
So
Yeah, the moon.
The moon. So he's from that place.
Yeah, he said he was not born and raised, but raised on Concordia.
That's awesome.
Or, yeah, well, he's raised on there, yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
It's by the Death Watch.
Which is so funny. We mentioned that last week. We've had a lot of weird coincidences lately.
It's almost like we know what we're talking about.
Maybe, but I think I'm going to keep Concordia. I know I
Okay.
said before that I didn't like it, but now with
So-
like it being mentioned, I kind of have to.
So does that mean that you're Mandalorian, though?
No.
You're just the random dude living there?
Maybe my
Well, you
grandmother
went to
was
exile,
half
you said.
Mandalorian.
Right? You exiled yourself there? Or you hid there?
Yeah,
Okay.
we were in hiding.
That works.
Could have had like an agreement with the clan.
Yeah.
in Concordia or
Something.
something. You
That
know.
works.
Maybe I have the Darksaber on board too.
Where we don't know where it is at this point in
Well,
canon on the Halcyon. So.
Well, oh, that's true.
So you could.
Sure, why the fuck not?
Why not? It's my
Yeah.
story.
I'm using Fulcrum.
I'm
so-
canon.
Yeah.
Um,
I like that. You can do it.
there's too much shit on my head. This is distracting. Keep talking.
Headphones, hat, glasses. You need a mask. That's what you need. You need the old mask
Oh,
from back in the
Christ.
day.
Could you imagine? I found a drawer full of masks the other day, and I was like, "What,
You
the
burned
Dude,
fuck?"
we
It was
threw ours
like-
out.
It was like a relic.
We finally threw ours out this week. I was like, why are these still here? What are they doing?
I know.
Man.
Hadn't worn a mask in 2 years. I still had the cloth ones from like Disney with
Yeah,
the Y-wing on it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to throw it out. I kept it because I
No,
like
get those out.
I like the design. I'll use it for something else. All right, so then they start going into the caves. I don't know why, but I loved him lowering himself with his jetpack.
Yeah.
It just looked cool.
And the Pram just jumping off the cliff,
Yeah.
too.
It also reminded me of Shadows of the Empire as a kid when you had the jetpack episode when you were Dash Rendar chasing Boba Fett.
Uh-huh.
And like you kind of float. You actually do that in the game where you like turn it off and like let it
Oh,
float,
yeah.
let it float you
Yeah.
down in some places. It just reminds
That's
me
very
of it.
video game.
Yeah, 100%.
It was.
And we see the little creatures down there. The ones that end up chasing Grogu.
Little alligators with wings, apparently. Jeez.
And then we get to the point where
I think I see one right over there.
he
Right, it's Florida.
finds a helmet in the sand, like a Mando helmet.
Yeah.
And he goes to pick it up, and he gets trapped in this like
It's a trap.
this
Oh, actually, hold
wild
up.
west fucking.
Hold up.
This is when it gets weird.
We skipped him using the Darksaber against those.
The Amalettes is what they call them, right?
Amalettes.
Yeah, that's
So
right,
he
the
can
little
use it
creepy-
there against them, but when this giant crab robot attacks him, he doesn't use it.
He got it. He couldn't move.
It's
He doesn't
right
have-
there. You can't just
Doesn't
grab
have
it
force,
and-
dude.
Oh, no.
It's
yeah.
right there on his belt. Just grab it.
He was flat. That was the whole point of the contraption. Was that he was
Yeah.
like completely
It's-
flat.
Yeah,
His hands
he
are
was-
right here, and it's right here. Just
He's
grab it.
also not confident with it, as we saw him fighting these, like, testosterone apes, whatever these
Yeah,
guys
they were
were.
weird. Like the
was it
design
called
was
again?
strange.
I think it was Amalettes. I think.
Amalettes?
I've only watched the
Some with
episode
an A.
once.
He's right.
So yeah.
Some with an A. But Bo-Katan calls him out later. But yeah, so he kills all three of them, and then he starts dropping down to that point with the helmet, and then he gets captured by this
Weird crab thing,
I have a
which is
description of
being
it.
controlled by an android. Which
It
is
looked
just-
to me like the little because we find out later that it's just the eye part.
Yeah,
But the body initially, not the big crab thing, but like the body of the thing that comes out of it,
yeah.
looked like half Geonosian, half
Grievous?
Grievous.
A little bit.
Oh,
That
I
was-
thought Grievous too when I was.
That's
watching
what I
that
thought too.
thing,
Because I'm
yeah.
like, he's an android like Grievous.
But he
But
looks like a Geonosian.
He looks like he has the body of. You remember Hu Yang? Hu Yang? Do you remember that droid from the Clone Wars? Who
No.
helps the younglings build their lightsabers?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, he looks like the body
yeah,
of
he
Hu
does.
Yang, but he's
Oh,
an
cool,
android.
yeah.
So I'm like, I was so confused by him.
So the little contraption thing is very odd.
Right.
He kind of puts him like on a spigot,
Yeah, like
and-
he's gonna eat him or something.
and then he
Oh,
goes
no,
to
he drains
drain
his
drawing his blood.
Starts draining his blood.
What
that's
the
right.
fuck was that about? That was dark.
I don't know.
It's interesting.
I
That
don't-
is dark. That's some
This whole
dark
middle
shit in
stuff
Star
got
Wars.
weird, and I was not confused. I'm just like,
But I
don't
don't know.
mind
These
weird stuff in Star
these
Wars.
you have to
It's-
think like all these creatures don't eat solid. Like maybe this creature lives
Yeah.
off of blood for some reason.
yeah,
Or they're trying to rebuild themselves.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it does go back to like even we'll get to it later when Bo-Katan says if these Amalettes survived, what else could have survived? So I guess
Well,
Yeah.
I think
This
that
thing-
paid off at the end of the episode. But
Yeah.
yeah,
100%.
but
Yeah.
this weird thing survived, and so does the thing at the end.
that's true.
But I thought it was very dark, and it was
Super
very.
dark.
It was very.
Creepy and gross, and
Yeah, all of those adjectives.
Yeah.
It was all that. And then Grogu kind of he sneaks around. You see him jumping and like he's moving.
yeah,
This is awesome to see, and it for some reason works, even though it really fucking shouldn't.
because it's
I know.
a
'Cause it
foot tall puppet.
Flipping around and shit. And
Yeah.
it looks a little silly, but it's also he's using the Force, and you saw
Yep.
him
Yeah.
Luke doing it in the Book of Boba Fett stuff. So we're kind of just accustomed to it at this point. But he uses the Force in the little thing, and then the robot sees him, and then Mando tells him to go straight to Bo-Katan. He shows up. This was interesting to me when he showed up. She thought it was him, and she's
The
like,
first thing she says
was like she was ready to kill him.
she's like, "Let's take
Let's
care of this once and for all."
Take care of this once and for all. Yeah.
Wild. So
Because she's like, "I want to be left alone." Like she even says it as she's
Yeah,
going
either
up to
that-
the N1.
Either that, or she was just about to say, "You come back again, I'm going to kill you."
Yeah.
Thing, just like a last warning.
odd. But then she sees it's Grogu.
Well, she's crabby. Like,
yeah.
she's not in a
And
good
she
mood.
wants the darksaber. She's jealous and like and
I still
little
think she's not
angsty.
showing her cards.
No, definitely not.
Something's up.
Yes,
Yeah,
something's up with her.
Something's up. But the fact that she
Especially-
was willing to save him and shit shows that she's
Well, she has to take the darksaber back through
Yeah.
combat. She can't
Through
just
combat,
let
she
him
can't
die
let
and
him
then
die.
pick it up. That doesn't count.
Couldn't she just kick him in the face and say I beat him in combat because he was on the ground and she kicked him? That's
Pretty much.
technically combat.
Pretty much.
That's where the rules
It's a
get sketchy.
technicality.
Yeah, I think
Lawyered.
at least right. At least with the
Lord.
armorer in the Boba Fett episodes, I rewatched that last night to get ready for today. When
So
Paz
fun.
Vizsla challenges Din to the fight for the darksaber, the armorer asks Din if he accepts the challenge. So like I think it has to be a consensual fight.
Probably, but
for it
also
to count.
don't forget, Bo-Katan thinks it's her fault that Mandalore is the way it is because
Yeah.
she basically just said, "Thanks for the saber, Sabine,"
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then whoops.
And that's something we didn't even
Yeah.
talk about earlier. When Din and Grogu were flying into Mandalore, Din's giving him his perspective on the planet.
Oh yeah.
And then when Bo brings Grogu back, it's a way different perspective. And Grogu's learning from her, too. So Grogu's
Yeah.
getting all this knowledge from two different sources. And Bo's even like, your dad's not the only Mandalorian, you know.
Do you
Like,
think your dad was the only Mandalorian?
yeah.
I like this episode.
And one of my favorite
Can't wait to rewatch
bits
it.
was Bo saying, like, "You're not the only Jedi I've known."
Yeah, that was great,
Yeah,
too.
that was
She's
cool.
like, I fought
talk
side
more
by
about
side.
them.
Yes, please talk more
Please.
She knows, like, what? Like five?
Five.
She knows a
She
lot.
knows Obi-Wan. She knows
Jaina.
Ahsoka, obviously. She knows.
about
Does she know Qui-Gon? Might be a
No.
little too early.
Yeah.
Not here,
Anakin,
but-
I guess.
Anakin,
Right?
And she definitely knows
technically.
Anakin, yeah. Or knew Anakin.
Right?
Kanan,
Potentially. Yeah.
Ezra.
She knows Kanan. She knows
Was
Ezra.
she there
Yeah.
for the Bendu?
Sabine was.
Sabine
Sabine.
taught.
At that
that's
point,
right.
Sabine already had the darksaber from.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
Kanan taught Sabine how to
Use
wield
the
the
darksaber.
Darksaber. He taught her how to wield
How
the
did he
lightsaber.
know?
With a little bit of help from the Bendu.
Yeah, but
I gotta go back and rewatch.
he just taught her how to wield a lightsaber in general. They
Yeah.
actually before he like made her a prototype darksaber before he even allowed her to pick up the darksaber.
Oh no shit!
Yeah.
and
I
like
forgot
use
that.
this first. Yeah,
I forgot. I know I've seen all these episodes. I just It's been so long.
You probably should before.
I'm
so
concurrently
rewatch.
rewatching Rebels right now too. Actually, so
Nice.
I just
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and start.
I'm in
with-
season 2.
I might start with season 2
Slowly.
because season 1's a little slow.
Not much
I
happens.
think all of Rebels from 1 to 4. I think you could put through with it. I mean, compared to Clone Wars, there's
God.
as much
they're
filler
short
in
seasons
Rebels.
too. They're only
Yeah.
what, like
12 episodes.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
11,
they're
10,
not long.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so then we get them going through it, fighting off the things, blah blah blah. It was cool to see Grogu like controlling the pram because I always wondered how that worked.
Yeah. I was like,
Then
is it
shoots
just like
right back
a
up.
homing locator following Din?
I
But
thought
it
maybe
might
that's
be
what it
that
was
sometimes, but it's
but-
also he can control it when he wants.
So they get back to Din and they destroy the thing, and then the
They
thing
kill
crawls
the
away.
creepy guy, and
Then it gets in the crab thing, and then they chop the legs off with
Yeah.
the darksaber.
and it shows how much better she is at wielding it than
Oh,
Din.
that was so
Yeah.
cool to
They
see.
showed that for a
Fucking
reason too. Like
Yes.
Din can hardly use this
Yeah.
against 3 Amaleits.
The way
but
she
Bo
pulled it
can
to her
just-
too, with like the
grappling hook?
grappling hook. She's like,
Yeah, and that's
I got
perfect
this,
because Jedi have the Force to pull things,
Yep.
and Mandalorians always fight against the Jedi, so
Yeah.
they had to make up their own Force.
Yeah.
That's what they got.
I loved it. I thought it was cool. Very Spider-Man-y.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Spider-Man, Bo name home. Bo
Bo
way
way
home.
home.
Bo way home.
Bo way home.
Yeah.
Then
they got a little campfire going before they
Yes.
take him to the bathe in the water, the living waters.
living
And Bo's like, that's just all mumbo jumbo. It means nothing. And he's like, I still got to do it. It's creed. Like, what are we if no creed or whatever? And
There was
Bo's
something
like,
else
you're
that she-
crazy, but I'll take you.
But then doesn't he say something like he compares something that she believes about the darksaber or something? Doesn't he? He
I
compares.
don't know if he said that.
Was that last episode?
I said that out loud.
We've talked about that. Is like they're
Yeah.
both silly silly rituals.
Yeah,
To be
because-
like this one counts, but this one's
I
silly.
was saying
like,
that
I thought
out
he did
loud.
say something like that, didn't he?
No, I don't remember.
I don't think he
Maybe
did.
he did. Because I
Might have.
remember
He might
saying it
have.
out loud when
I'll
Bo
watch it
was
again.
like, oh, what, you believe in that? And I'm like, you believe in the
Even
dark saber, so
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
same
So
thing.
it's all, everyone has the
Yeah.
shit they believe
Yeah.
in.
yeah, hokey religions.
No match for a blaster. What does he say? Hokey religions and
Something I don't remember.
Religions and
Something or
I'm
no.
80 fighting Scottish
Right.
ghosts.
Hey, shut up, Oven. That's what he said.
Yeah, you said that.
the fuck
You
up.
did.
That's definitely what he said.
Um,
But then she gives him that not pog juice, but pog soup. I was
Pog
like, pog
soup.
juice
Oh,
from
you
the
never
Poly?
had pog soup?
I've had pog juice, but
I
and he's
wanna
like,
know
no,
what
I've never
pog
heard
soup
of
is.
it. And
Coming
she's
to
like,
Docking Bay 7, Pog Soup from
well,
Mandalore.
in Disneyland. Disneyland will
Disneyland will
get
get
it.
it.
Yeah, Disneyland will get cake toast too before we do.
Oh my god, I could see them doing that.
Coming to Disneyland Resort all the way from the Wonders of Xandar Pavilion at Epcot. Cake toast.
They probably would.
I didn't tell him about the pre-show B mode yet.
Oh yeah, we'll
What
talk
happens?
about that. We'll
Yeah.
talk about
Oh, okay.
that. I'm
But then
jealous.
he's like, I've never heard of pog soup. And she's like, every Mandalorian grew up on this. It's like milk. What are you talking
It's
about?
like peanut butter and jellies or something.
Yeah.
Like every kid's had it.
yeah. And he's like, nope. And she's like, that's weird.
You're weird, Mando.
You're weird.
Hey, Mando, you're fucking weird.
Yeah.
Hey, weirdo, Mando, weirdo.
But then she's like, all right, I'll take you down to the water because I know it means something to you, even though it really doesn't mean anything.
I
So-
love that they had like a plaque on the wall.
Right. And she's giving him the whole tour, like, I used to rule this place. My family's all royalty. And then they get there and she's like, wait, let me read you this plaque.
It reminded me of like when you go to like a historical thing. They're like,
Yeah.
this is the house that George Washington slept in
For
1842
2 days.
for 2 nights.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like,
And
okay,
he-
is it though?
He fucked 3 hookers, and they say you can still hear them screaming if you go in at exactly at 8 o'clock.
With wooden teeth.
Yeah, it just reminded me of like those street signs you see, like historic downtown, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
This is where it goes when you come out.
We're flying through this episode, honestly, but like, then,
It was mostly action.
yeah.
Um,
But then,
Yeah,
like,
flying.
I mean, were we at like 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, figured.
but then they get to the living waters and then goes in,
Takes
and then
3
all of a
steps.
sudden he's gone.
See ya.
See, I thought it was like a creature at first, and then when she dove
Well,
down and found him at the end of the
Was
thing,
it a creature?
Well, it wasn't. I was insinuated that thing we saw at the end pulled him under.
I
Yeah.
thought it was because he was heavy because of the Beskar.
Could have been that too. Also, it's just the steps
Interesting.
stop. It's like 3 or 4 steps and then deep end of the pool.
And then
you know,
I think
like,
they saw the mythosaur and kind of like were like, okay.
yeah, I don't
and
know if
got
the
the fuck
mythosaur
outta
pulled
there.
a Dianoga
think-
or
I don't think because that would. I mean,
Interesting.
is there a way? I just assumed he sunk to the bottom because she like
she
knew
uses
what
her
to do
jetpack to fly down
to
there,
which
and
was really cool to
grab
see
him.
underwater.
Yeah.
Because he
Really
takes his
cool.
jetpack off.
Yeah.
So maybe it could have been that. Because the
I think he
steps do
sunk.
just drop off. So like,
Interesting.
And he's
yeah.
at the bottom, like
immediately too, and like
and it's just
yeah.
so quick.
Maybe
We didn't
maybe
see
that.
any movement in the water.
No.
That's why I thought. I could be wrong, but my
Yeah.
assumption was he
I don't
just
know if
dropped
we'll
down.
ever get an answer, but he either could have dropped down or the mythosaur was like Dianoga style with Luke.
That's what I kind of thought.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
That's funny. I didn't think that at all.
but it's kind of weird
I
though.
love
'cause
that kind of. There's like different.
why would the
perspectives of
mythosaur
it.
just grab him and then let
Let
go,
it go
of
of
him,
him,
and not
yeah.
eat him or something?
Because maybe he can't bite their Beskar or something.
Could be.
That'd be cool.
I don't know. Either way, it works. But then just the reveal of you see like the tusks at first, and then
Mhm.
just like it's like a dragon-looking head, and you see the eyes, and you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
we're going there.
Like, whoops.
Even Bo mentions it reading that plaque. She's like the mythosaur, this weird legend that's not real. Like
Did
they say it used to live here.
Did she see them? I mean, did we saw?
Oh, she saw it.
But did she see it?
I think both
She
saw it,
gasped.
yeah.
The subtitles said like Bo Katan, not gasped, but like react. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
Reacts, and then bubbles came out of her helmet, and then
Gotcha.
she got out of there.
One thing we forgot to mention at the beginning of this episode, he when they go into the mines first, we forgot the whole thing about R5 going in and looking, but he can pressurize his helmet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We forgot
That's
about that.
cool.
Apparently, he
That's
can,
cool.
yeah.
That's cool. So if you can pressurize your helmet, why are you worried about it being toxic anyway?
for Grogu.
Grogu, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because he told Grogu to stay in the.
Make
Star
him a
Sear
little
yourself in your
Beskar
pod.
helmet. Make him a little Beskar helmet.
Yep, that's the next step.
Dude, could you imagine?
My question is though, like,
The
Could you
ears
fucking
have to
imagine how
pop out,
cute
though.
that would
Yeah.
fucking be?
and how much they would
Oh
sell
my
it for
God.
at Doc Ondar's?
How much a Black Series Grogu helmet would?
$300.
how fucking cute that would be. God damn, that'd be cute.
So my question is, how does he prove that he bathed in the living waters? Does he just go back and be like, I did it?
Well, he's got a witness now.
But do they
Yeah,
believe her?
As a witness, I have a feeling they're going to kill the mythosaur and then bring back a piece of the mythosaur.
I don't know.
Yeah,
There's got to be a way to prove it. Cause
I
like,
think that would be how you prove it.
You bring back up
Bring back a tusk of
horn
the
or something,
mythosaur.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or a claw.
But I don't know if they
Mythosaur,
want to
a
kill
lucky
him though.
Mythosaur paw.
Do you want to
tooth.
kill him?
Yeah.
The last mythosaur?
Just
Well, I
take
don't know.
just take a picture if you like selfieing in front of the.
A holoscan. What's a holoscan? A picture, dummy. Give me your data pad. What's a data pad?
Your phone,
Your
stupid.
phone, dummy.
What's an M band?
Yeah.
It
I don't
only
know.
It only
I-
gets worse.
It does. It's a slippery slope.
It really is.
It's fun how
Oh, your
theming
patience.
starts from day one, but after day one, it's like theming's gone because people are dumb.
Refreshers.
It's people that are stupid.
Yeah, people are dumb. People get so offended. Like, people are so stupid. I'm like, have you ever worked with the public?
If you
They're
have,
generally
you agree.
stupid.
Yep.
They're generally dumb. People are generally not even close to bright.
hmm It's
So-
amazing. We'll get back to it, I guess, but I just want to say real quick. I was
No,
talking,
we won't.
Maybe. I was talking to someone at Launch Bay, and I'd never really used to go to Launch Bay years and years ago, but they said it used to be like legit themed. For, like the people in Darth Vader's meet and greet were like lieutenants, like
Yeah.
on Rise,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, what?
You don't remember that
I never went.
at all?
No, I'd never been to Launch Bay till like 2018, 2019.
Wow. Yeah, they had like
Yeah.
name tags and shit. Like it was.
Yeah, they told me about the theme name tags,
Yeah.
and it was just like on Rise the Resistance, but
Mhm.
for a meet and greet. I was like, that's
Yep.
cool. I wish we would do that. Like
Yep.
theming.
I
It's
remember
gone.
that. It's gone. It's 'cause
Crazy.
people are too dumb.
Mhm.
So
So I don't. Are they gonna ride the mythosaur? Are they gonna take a plate of armor? Where are we going
I don't
from
know.
here?
I'm so curious. I have no idea.
And that's a good way too. I'm not saying like where do we go from here. I'm
I mean,
saying, like,
technically,
what's gonna happen?
he's
Like,
bathed in the water, so he
Yeah.
can get the hell out of there.
right.
Yeah, leave it alone. And like, she
Right.
didn't say you had to prove anything. She also knows that he's not going to lie.
They're such
'Cause
hardcore
he-
fanatics, though.
he
You
coulda
think they would
lied
have to
about-
have proof?
He could have lied about removing his helmet. No one saw him do it.
Yeah. He was
No
honest
one
and
there
said
saw him
yes.
do it,
That's
so-
true.
They know he's not going to lie. So, I mean, he can prove what it looked
I mean,
like. He can say
maybe
where
R5.
it was. He can give the coordinates. Has R5.
Just
that-
prove that hey, we scanned
we
the
scanned
atmosphere.
there.
I landed
Bo-Katan
here.
led me. Ask her. Like,
'Cause
there's
even-
plenty of ways to prove it.
Yeah, even when Grogu goes back to Bo, Bo's like, get the astromech, scan the coordinates of where we're going. So like R5 has all that data of where they went.
Right.
So yeah.
I mean, all Grogu had to do when they got back into the starfighter was just point
Yeah.
to where he wanted to go.
Just lead him from the
Yeah.
ship down to the mines.
That was cool.
So where do we go from here now?
I don't know. I'm very curious about her relationship with him at this
They
point.
keep hinting though at riding the mythosaur. Even Quill did it
I
in
was
season
gonna say
1. So
Quill-
like, are we gonna end up riding the mythosaur?
Is
like
that how
Mando.
you, is that how you tame it?
Yeah, of course.
How to
I mean,
tame a horse in wild Minecraft?
Yeah.
Is that how you do it in Minecraft?
How
No,
to
no, I don't
how to
know.
train your
It's a
mythosaur.
South Park thing.
Oh.
That's
How to train
Disney's
your
response to How to Train Your Dragon.
How to train your mythosaur.
How do you
I
train
actually
your
would love if they
mythosaur?
did a little silly shit like that. I think it'd be funny.
We should.
I don't know. I think what so like What was the lore of the Mythosaur when you see him in that cartoon from the holiday special?
That was not Mandalorian connected at all. It was just random
Just
dinosaur.
Boba Fett,
Boba
yeah.
Fett's writing
Okay, so
it.
there was no lore to that at that point?
No, it was just
What's
on that
the-
weird planet, and Boba was writing it.
What's the non-canon lore of the Mythosaur? Because they've been
I don't
adopting
know.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
Like Life Day. Like
I
they've
only
adopted
know
stuff.
the canon stuff from the show The Mandalorian. That's
Okay.
all I know.
Speaking of non-canon stuff, there's like a species or two in Battle Scars they pull from Legends and make canon.
Cool.
No shit,
I love
really?
when they do that.
Yeah.
I love
Which
that
ones?
they're
Do you
doing that
remember?
stuff.
Shit.
I'd like to know before I read it so I can know what the
Is one of it
like.
the Dirge species that's going to be in
No.
the game? Because that was Legends too until the game made him canon again, or that species canon plus that comic made him canon.
I'll tell you in a second. It's one of the main characters, new one that we meet. I think it's Kalesh, or is Kalesh canon already?
That name sounds familiar, but I couldn't tell you what it looks like or anything about it.
Kalesh. I think it's Kalesh. Yeah, that's one of them. A Kalesh, I think. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, people.
Aqualish?
No,
It's
no.
different. Okay, so I was thinking of Aqualish.
Yeah.
So it's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. I'm so excited to read that book.
Me too.
This is a weird episode because, like, I really don't have any idea of where you go from here because
No.
I thought this was going to be the whole season.
Me too. And that's a good
Was
thing
him
though
kinda
that we're
getting to-
getting through these
Well,
points.
know,
this,
right?
this is what I expected was the first 4 episodes to be about this story.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it's going to be something we don't even know yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have like a few different ideas of where this might go. I have a feeling this episode might take a different path, and episode 3 is going to be all about Moff Gideon. We haven't touched with him yet. Maybe they show him where he's at, and they're starting to set up a little bit something for later in this season. I don't know if it's good to deviate from this story right now, but they've got to introduce this guy somehow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Last of Us does it every week.
what was that?
Last of Us does it every week.
That's
where
true,
you're
they
like,
do.
Other Star Wars
Bad
shows do
Batch
that
did
all
a
the
really
time.
good
Yeah,
job with
Bad
that
Batch
today.
always goes, here's 3 episodes of Bad Batch, 1 episode of
Holy
no Bad
shit, we
Batch,
can talk
1
about that,
episode
too.
of
Was it
Crosshair.
good? I
Oh,
started watching
man.
it,
It was
and
good.
Disney Plus kept fucking crashing,
Dude, at
and I
the
couldn't
end,
watch it.
Oh,
at the
that sucks.
end, I was like teary-eyed.
Really?
Like, I was like,
It's that
what's
good?
happening? Yeah, 'cause
When
like,
do you
it-
care if we talk spoilers?
If it's that good, I want to.
No,
I
I don't think this should be spoiled.
I know it's
think-
not
Really?
about. To.
Yeah,
I know it's
think-
not about to.
No, because it's
No,
it's not
about
no
to, yeah.
spoilers in terms of like the greater universe, but spoilers in terms of like character development.
I'm invested. I like what.
yeah,
I literally
so I don't
would-
want to tell you this development.
It
that
crashed,
happens.
and I kept like I had it on my iPad. It crashed, and I kept trying to
Yeah.
reload it, and it wouldn't even let me sign in. So I'm gonna have to watch it on TV.
That's how you know it was good because I came in with that expectation of the title's The Outpost. It's got to be Batu, and then it wasn't, and I wasn't like this sucks. I was like this is freaking awesome.
awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to finish it. I got to like 5 or 6 minutes into it. Not at
Oh
all.
yeah, okay.
Like, I'm not
I don't
want to
spoil the character development. There's no implications for the
iPad.
greater universe, but it's just
Well, the end.
well, that's the greater character. But like,
Not
what
necessarily.
happens to that guy doesn't affect episode 8. Like, you know, there's no
With
universe.
everything that they did before with like the cloning and stuff, and then now the person who was on the table at the end of this episode.
Okay,
I'll tell you
that's
where
fair,
I
that's
was.
fair.
I'll tell you where I was in the episode. Crosshair was just going out to look, and he's like, I don't even know what's in these crates. It's above my pay grade.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's where it cut off.
With
He's like-
Mayday,
he's like, don't-
Mayday and Crosshair talking.
Yeah, he's like, don't wander
loved
out
Mayday.
too far
Me too.
or by yourself.
He's
That-
awesome.
And it was like that was the last thing I heard.
Dude, that so you saw the lieutenant guy. He's a dick, man.
He is a dick.
I hate that guy already.
I hate
It was
him.
like the first sentence he spoke. I'm like, hate you.
Hate you.
Mike,
You're a,
I hate you.
You're a douche. That's how you know it's a good character.
Yeah.
Right?
So I don't know. So with Mandalorian, like we could either do that or they figure out that they have to go further in there in like to the water, and like they gotta kill the Mythosaur first. Maybe they formulate a plan in episode 3, and then episode 4 is when they go get Ahsoka and whoever else Dave Filoni wants to shoe into his episode, and then they fight the Mythosaur together. I don't know.
I feel like they're not going to kill the Mythosaur though, because he's part of the.
I can't imagine that he does. I can't imagine that.
No,
he
because
does,
that's like part of the in canon lore of like the guy that has the Darksaber plus is riding the Mythosaur. He's the leader.
Right.
It's like the Avatar thing when you're the Avatar that jumps on top of the Turok Makto. He's the leader.
Unless Bo tames the Mythosaur and tries to get the Darksaber
Right. Then it's
back
like, well,
from
they're both
Mando.
kind of leaders. So which one? I feel like they're not killing it for that reason. Like it's got to
Probably
go.
not.
Yeah.
Probably not. Yeah, I don't think I'd want it dead. I mean, if they tame it and like use it, like fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Is the Mythosaur water only? creature?
And
I don't know.
mean, there's no real canon.
There's
for it.
there's nothing.
So it
for
could be both.
Could be both.
Yeah,
I was
But-
surprised to see him underwater after the little bit of
It's
him.
kinda
He was, like, on
stuck there,
Tatooine
though.
or
Yeah,
something.
especially because Quill says
Stuck
they
there.
used
It
to
looks,
ride
looks
him.
like a dragon in like a castle, but the castle's water.
It's
it
almost
was
like Loch
very-
Ness, almost.
Yeah.
but like I think he's amphibious.
That's a better way to do it, Nessie.
Yeah.
Oh, Nessie. I'm curious,
A
man. I
Nessasaur.
love your idea about doing a maybe not a heavy episode on Moff Gideon, but like let's touch base. See
I
where
like
he's
that
at.
deviation.
Like it starts
idea.
out with him in the cell, and then
Yeah.
like he's going through like
going
his
to his
motions.
tribunal or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we've seen everything from the trailers except Dr. Pershing walking through that hallway and the TIE fighter chase. So like
Yeah,
the TIE,
we've seen everything.
interceptor chase. So it's like
And to be honest, that TIE interceptor thing could be like a cut concept. Or
Absolutely could
something.
be, yeah.
It could be just
I'll
a
be so sad.
Could have been a
just be
misdirect.
dang,
yeah.
I'll be sad.
Could have been something
Well,
we've seen already.
Also, the only thing we haven't seen yet is all of them like parachuting or like.
Oh, I
jumping
forgot about
out
that
of
too.
airplane,
The dropship thing.
dropship.
They're dropping
yeah.
on Navarro
Mandalorians.
too.
Yeah.
So that
Navarro's
means
under attack, which
the
means that
pirate
fucking
fight.
pirate guy comes
yeah,
back.
of
Yeah.
course he does.
Yep.
God
I mean,
damn it! I forgot
you guys
about that.
knew that wasn't over yet, though.
I know, but
Yeah.
fuck that. What a
Hopefully
stupid-ass
they
character.
wrap it up in one episode, one chapter. Like they're
Yeah,
doing
I'm
everything.
hoping.
Boba Fett comes out of nowhere, just be like, "Gotcha."
I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay
In
with
the
Boba
slave
Fett showing
one.
up. You help me, I help you in return.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A life for a
Well,
life.
they are super heavy on that. Even Din says it to Bo. He's like, you saved my life. I'm forever in your debt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he could show
Ooh,
up. to
so
Navarro.
if he's forever in her
That'd be
debt
cool.
too, so that means
and then you
if
get
they
Fennec
do
Shand,
fight-
too, just picking motherfuckers off. I love her
she'd be
character.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love
if
Fennec Shand.
well, not if, but when Bo and Din fight, what if Bo gets the best of him, but spares or other way around? Din is gonna win, but spares Bo's life because he owes him.
Oh yeah.
He owes her
I don't
one.
think he's gonna.
He won't kill another
He won't kill
Mandalorian.
Bo. Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially Bo-Katan. She helped rescue Grogu.
Yeah.
that's
She
true.
was a big part of that plan.
God,
So
what
was
a good
Cara
show.
Dune.
There's so
I
much
love
intrigue
Cara
on
Dune.
who's gonna win the Darksaber though, because like that's what they're talking about. That's what they're setting up. Who's gonna
I think-
save
I
Mandalore
think
and
they're
take
both
the Darksaber?
at the end of this season. They're both going to be in the same clan. They're going to rule together or something, or
They might even say this rule of the Darksaber is stupid. It doesn't matter who has it.
maybe.
He might convince her
Yeah.
that it's nonsense. Because if you can think that that other stuff's nonsense, why can't you think
They might
this
convince
rule's
each other
nonsense?
both. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, this helmet thing and the water's
That's
nonsense.
true.
I think they should get rid of the helmet thing. I
Yeah.
wish you could see his face more.
Well,
Mm.
then he'd have to show up on set
That's true. That's pay him more.
and that too. But that's kind of the whole like themes of
Do you ever-
especially Mandalorian
Oh
history.
yeah,
He's
was
just
he even
growing
on
and
set
moving
for this
on.
episode? Like, what
I
the
doubt
hell?
it.
No, he's hardly
very
ever on
rarely
set.
on set.
He's always in like a booth.
Do you find yourself
recording booth.
when you're watching Last of Us? I'm not caught up, so no spoilers.
You're not? Okay.
No. Do you find yourself like hearing his voice and be like, "That's Din Djarin"?
No, not really.
Yeah, I do it all
No.
the time. Everyone.
Oh.
Sometimes he'll be like, especially when he says like the word "cold." He's like, "It's so cold." I'm like,
Bring you in warm.
Bring you in cold. I love it. It was last week's episodes of Last of Us good? Was it good? I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it was better than episode 7. Yeah.
That's not saying much.
I know. It was good. It was
Um,
fine. It was fine.
Cool.
It's,
Okay,
it's heavy one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. All right. I mean, any other thoughts on where we're headed here? I mean, there's
No,
so
it's
many,
just I'm excited.
There's
I
so
mean,
much
continue.
intrigue.
there's so many
in this,
directions
yeah.
you could go on this.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool to do a Dr. Pershing episode heavy and like give us more of that cloning facility.
Yeah.
Maybe half Pershing, half
Yeah,
Gideon,
something.
because they were involved together.
Yeah.
So
Give me something. I want something from that.
Even Andor did that too, where there's like, this is mostly Mon Mothma's episode. Like,
Exactly.
there's precedent in recent Star Wars to step away from the titular characters and say, here's what's going on over here.
I'm a fan. I love
Yeah.
this season. This season is like so interesting to me because I have no fucking clue where we're
Yeah.
headed.
We
good
only
thing.
have 6 episodes left too, 6 chapters.
Because like, yeah, right.
6 more weeks. That's it.
Damn.
6 more weeks of winter.
The baby Grogu came out of his cave and saw a shadow.
What was I gonna say about? I don't know. It's gone.
Darn.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you on the next episode. Until then, this is the way.
Always. Good journey into Buite.
Rise, Jedi Knight, Master Yoda. Is this the last episode of Jedi Talk this week?
No, there is another.